The other common complaints are about the warrant, right? It's about the warrant. Okay, well, if you look up his criminal history, and you're going to see that he's not a good guy. I was never defending him as a person. I was just deciding whether or not, on this very limited set of facts that we have, whether this shooting was justified or not. So the fact that he's got an open criminal case or past criminal history or an active warrant for his arrest or any of those things is relevant. But it's relevant to his arrest. It's relevant to stopping him. It's relevant to how they, are going to, put him under arrest, take him into a judge, see the judge, and the judge would issue a bond or, hold him in custody or whatever it is. You don't get to shoot somebody. And the guy may be, not the best, person in terms of being an upstanding citizen, but that doesn't mean that you can just shoot somebody. So the fact that they knew that he had a warrant, if that's the case, I think there's a 911 call where they were talking about, you show up, this guy's got a warrant, he's got an open warrant. The other reason why a warrant, warrant sounds really, really bad, it's really not that big of a deal. I think what happened in his case, this happens all the time in Arizona, people get warrants that they don't even know about. So what happened in his case, if you look up the public access, the public records in his court proceeding, you'll see that a case was filed with the courts, and they probably mailed out a notice that, hey, you've got a court date coming up. He didn't get the notice. It wasn't sent to an attorney. I'm sure he didn't have a lawyer looking out for these things for him. He wasn't, being proactive. He's probably moved properties or got his mail at his mom's or his sister's or something like that. So he may not have even ever known that these new charges had come. And on that warrant case, you're still innocent until you're proven guilty, my friends. He may have been charged with all of these things, but that doesn't mean that he is going to be convicted of them. He's still innocent until proven guilty. Just because you want to side with the cops, or you really want to rail against Black Lives Matter or all these rioters and all the burning and all of that stuff down, which, by the way, I agree with you on that. This is not something that is okay. Somebody is innocent until they're proven otherwise. If they showed up and he had a warrant out for his arrest, they should have arrested him and taken him into custody, and they should have done it competently. They did not do this competently. This was something where he kind of got the jump on him. He ran around the car. They were upset. They shot him. And now they're trying to justify it after the fact. So that's a whole separate issue. Let's go through the scorecard and see if anything is updated, or if I'm just going to double down on my previous analysis. Let's take a look. So did the suspect have a deadly weapon? Didn't see anything. Didn't see anything there. I think truly, if it was already there, we would have known about it. That would have changed the analysis entirely, right? It would have been 3 points here, 1 point here. It would have been 1 point here. It would have been 1 point here. There really would have been no use of force alternatives. The backup would have been there. It would have basically been a clean sweep for the police. But that's just not the case here. Did they have a reasonable belief of imminent threat? Was it necessary as a last resort? I really don't know. It's going to go back to the knife. Yeah, if they had a knife or if there was a gun in the car, then all of this would have changed. I have no problem changing that. I'm not here to just beat up on the police unnecessarily, but we got to look at the facts. And if the police had a firearm, if they had a knife and they didn't disclose it to us, then my guess is it really didn't exist. So what does that mean? It means that I'm doubling down on that video.